Hello bearded bee people, welcome back to Bee and Cave Bees. I thought I would do a video on assessing problems in hives because if you've got a good idea of what the possible problems are and what the solutions to those problems are, you'll be able to assess them quickly and get those things taken care of immediately and know what to expect when you get into them next. So I'm just gonna kind of talk about the problems that I look for and the solutions that I recommend for those problems while I'm going through one of these hives, because I have to get stuff done while I'm doing videos, so I can't just sit here and talk to y'all. So let's do it while we're doing something cool. So obviously the first problem is queenlessness. It's pretty easy to figure out, you know, if there are no eggs or you don't see the queen. Now don't say I didn't see the queen and think that they're queenless, because you should be relying on other signs of evidence. Sometimes she's hard to find and sometimes she takes a long time to find, and I just don't have a whole lot of time for that usually. So I use eggs and the temperament of the colony and a bunch of other different kind of cues to figure out if they're queenless or if they're getting ready to supersede or anything like that. So I am going to be looking to see if they're queenless, queen, right? This is food, so that's another problem, which would be, you know, in a dearth, things drying up and then not being able to feed brood. Here's some pollen and some nectar. Looks good. We'll put it out here toward the edge. Another problem would be an extended queenlessness would be laying workers, and that would be evidenced by tons of eggs in a cell. Alright, so this hive is obviously queen right. There's brood and eggs and all types of stuff there. So that problem it's not an issue here. So that looks good. Another problem would be that they're planning on swarming, or that you think that they might be near planning on swarming. And then in that case you would either open up the brood nest if they haven't already started those plans, or you'd make a split, swarm simulation split, by moving the queen and some bees and some brood to a different location. Or you just let them do what they do and go chasing that swarm through your backyard or wherever the heck your bees are. But so those are the common issues that you'll see every year if you've got more than one hive. Other issues are disease and mites. I don't rely on visual cues unless the situation is very, very bad to tell me about mites. I rely on more... Alright, there's the queen at the bottom of the frame. I don't know if you can see her, but she's big and beautiful and black. So let's get her set back, checker these frames in, and talk a little bit more. So yeah, if you rely on visual cues, say seeing mites on bees' backs, or seeing a really bad case of parasitic mite syndrome, then you're bound to kill your bees. The problem has already exceeded the point of no return at that point. So don't go through and say, all right, I did not see any signs of a mite problem, and assume that there are no mites in the hive. That's just not true, and that's just irresponsible. So yeah, I'm probably forgetting about a bunch of problems, but the obvious ones, like I said, being queenless, queen right. Okay, so I don't know when it cut off, but I was talking about knowing more about the common issues that you're probably likely to see if you're just starting out, like queenlessness and the certain circumstances under which bees make queen cell, and what you should be doing under those circumstances. And then laying workers, I had said that I have no time for them, so I shake them out and let them drift into other hives, but you can add open milk brood, maybe 1 or 2 frames a week, until that brood pheromone suppresses that laying worker instinct. Obviously, if they're dry and they're not floating those young larvae in royal jelly, you should put some food on them. If they're queenless, give them some eggs or a queen cell, or buy them a queen. Either way, educate yourself on those issues so that when you see them, you can act immediately and know what you should be seeing after your attempts at fixing it, and you'll prevent a lot of issues where you're exacerbating the problem. I see that often in beginning beekeepers where they try to rectify an issue and create more issues. So educate yourself, watch more videos on this channel, and if you're not subscribed, click subscribe. If you like this video, click like. I appreciate y'all watching. I keep saying y'all and I don't really know why, but get out there and have some fun with your bees.